fight the drug trials, to fight those who are selling and purchasing kidneys or even blood. The banks that are growing are not only of blood but of those who suck blood. And hence it is also taking cudgels, challenging a big force, a big lobby that is killing everything that is natural, that is cheaper, that is nearer, that is closer, that is sustainable. That is also just. But while so much of talk is on against climate change, this change of climate that is in every sector, in education, where the nature-based and life-based educational practices are killed, and the career-based and market-based commercial education is flourishing. And that is supported through acts which are distorted, calling them Right to Education Act and so on. Similarly, in the area of health, there is National Rural Health Mission. But unlike a missionary, all those who are involved in National Rural Health Mission, and we keep fighting with them in Maharashtra, in the valley of Narmada, in the district of Alirajpur and district of Nandurbar, where they have no concern to ensure right to food. They have no concern for destruction of the organic and natural farming that is still now sustained due to the Adivasi communities. They have no concern for the rivers that are getting polluted or even dying because of the large dams and sand mining, catchment destruction and command area destruction with the surface water flows. Everything is beyond the reach and thinking of the National Rural Health Missions. And we have to then bring back to the basic issues and parameters that decide what would be the health of the population. But they are more concerned in the name of prevention with cure. And that cure is clinical cure. And that cure is mainly and only allopathic cure. Even if they get the Ayurvedic practitioners, they compel them to work with allopathic medicine, because they feel that now even the Adivasis cannot live without allopathic medicine. And that creates so much of problem. The main problem is of changing the mindsets even of those communities who have always lived on the herbal medicines to the nature cure. And yet that is getting lost. So the state, the omnipotent agency that claims that it represents us, is really killing everything that is natural. And amidst all these attacks that are beyond all bounds, this struggle, I must say, and this effort to reconstruct and rejuvenate and regenerate and revive the best of the health practices, whether with related to food, water, not just bringing that in the water therapy, but also saving it, cleaning it, purifying it, not through the costly filters, but through the old traditions. All of that, and taking the sun energy to every source of natural energy that can be saved and restored and can multiply. I think this is really indeed very great effort that has, again, I must say, has grown beyond anyone's, at least my expectation. Sukumar Alikode sir is no more. He was one of those who supported on one hand the struggles like Narmada, coming there all the way to Narmada Valley with Jacob always. But he was also one of those who supported all these efforts which are known as movement towards alternatives, but really is a movement to save the mainstream that is being killed by the Western so-called developmental alternatives that are attacking, that are challenging us. But I must say that when Jacob started with his jappi, which still I am also not so used to, but I am scared that if I drink tea, I am losing something. And the tea that is nowadays served in the small plastic glasses, everything that is carcinogenic, everything that is poisonous, and still people keep taking it. It is so very difficult, however, to really imbibe. It's not just giving like one injection. Imbibe the thoughts and the thinking, the conceptions to practice in everyone, even those who are at the peak of some disease, to come to this kind of nature cure hospitals and not to get attracted towards an immediate urgent surgery. It is very difficult, and yet it is the state of Kerala that must be also congratulated and given credit to, that your and your colleagues, Soumya's and everyone's efforts are responded to. You will not find the same response everywhere. Something is there still in this Western Ghats region. Madhav Gadgilji's report might have been excluded, and he is also terminated from the National Advisory Council. You know about it? I don't know if everyone is understanding English. I'm sorry for that. I hope some things will be translated. But still there is something in this Western Ghat region that is showing some glittering hope. And that is what is getting this response to the Jacob Vadakkanchery's and everyone's effort. Otherwise he may be welcome in Thailand and he may be welcome elsewhere. But the Keralites are giving him the wider and wider space. And that is what is mattering. That is why Achyutanandan also masses and gatherings. And that is the beauty of all the natural practices. Turning individual by individual. Some of us have no patience. I feel, my God, if we have to work with individual and individual and individual, Gitaji, I will die soon. 5 more years of very active life, and then I would feel guilty. But no, I know the value of working with individuals. After all, in your smaller or larger family, you have to deal with individuals who matter. But that needs perseverance, that needs patience. And all these alternative so-called, I'm saying this is mainstream really, but it's turned into an alternative now, because the mainstream of the 96% workers who live simple life and sustainable ways of living, they are being attacked and called as backward, marginalized, peripheralized, while they are those because of the minority of others. So it is very, very important really to save this effort and support it from every angle. We have always expressed the wish, but in the struggle in the Narmada Valley, it's very difficult when your life is at threat. The Satyagraha is going on. People have occupied 50 acres of land in Ali Rajpur district because they have no food to eat. If I tell them, no, we will start some kind of nature cure, they will laugh at us because they know it best. They know the herbal medicines, they know everything, but that is being killed. So whether to be in struggle or to be in reconstruction is one's own choice. But I think we have no option but to have both of those things together. And that is why we are here. All the struggling people who will gather tomorrow will also have Balanji and Jacob Bhai and everyone who always give us the strength, the hope and the spirit to continue, because they are the dreams that we have at hearts. That time will come, wo subha kabhi to aayegi. A dawn will dawn when there will be nothing that is destructive, that is displacing, that is bringing in so much of iniquity. And that's why this fight against not just the national wrong decision makers, but also the multinationals who are the root of the cause, that is now deep rooted in this atmosphere of globalization, liberalization, privatization policies. Now just to talk about it, against imperialism, every party does it wherever it is in opposition, mind you. But every political parties follow this neoliberal paradigm, which is affecting every sector, including health and education, not just agriculture or housing, state development. So it's a battle from local to global, not either local or global. And hence that is also important. In Madhya Pradesh, the drug trials are fully exposed. And there I said that I heard of this first from Jacob. And now it is known all over. So the biradari of the people who are now standing steady and standing upright to say that they are killers, they are not curers, is growing. And you belong to them. And Geeta Nayarji especially, being a woman, coming from her womb, the love for nature, she is now disseminating it to so many people. I know she convinced and converted her family, but also enlarged her family in a major way. I salute her, and I feel privileged to be here when she is an awardee and is being felicitated, so that we all will also feel the spirit and take it beyond. Thank you.